Hello and welcome to my presentation on the communication technology Adobe Premiere Pro. And this is one of the many softwares that are offered on the Adobe Creative Cloud, which is something that all Whitewater students have access to if they are on campus. That is something that we'll discuss later as well. I have a lot of experience with Adobe Premiere Pro, specifically in my time as an undergraduate student in the Department of Communications, where I was a journalism major and an electronic media minor. And that minor side, the electronic media side of my degree, is where I focused a lot of my time on Adobe Premiere Pro, as well as on my journalism capstone, which is actually the project file that you're seeing now behind me on this slide of the presentation. This is the basic user interface of Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a video editing software from the Adobe Creative Cloud, and it's very useful primarily for editing video content that is in a 16:9 aspect ratio. And what I mean by that is just think of how a YouTube video is shaped, right? When you hold your phone sideways and you flip your phone to like what some people call landscape mode, or when you're watching TV, that is the 16:9 aspect ratio, 16 being the wider end, 9 being the taller end. That is what Adobe Premiere Pro is primarily used for. However, you can switch up the aspect ratio as well. It's a terrific video editing software, and as you can see, there's a lot of different tools, a lot of different tabs and things going on here in Adobe Premiere Pro. There are a lot of benefits to using Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a very customizable user interface, so what I showed here, you can completely change this up based on how you want your project file to look, whatever optimizes it the best for you so you can get your work done more efficiently and more effectively. There's keyboard shortcuts for all the essentials, like the little hand tool where you can drag these, like you can see at the bottom here, these different video, audio, and graphics files back and forth across. This is called the timeline at the bottom. Also has cross-platform capability. So I'm currently using a Lenovo laptop which runs on Windows operating systems. If you have an Apple or use a Mac desktop, you can also use Adobe Premiere Pro on Apple products. And it's also, like I said, I've said it a few times, it's part of the Adobe Creative Cloud, which is huge because when you think of the cloud, especially in today's world, cloud storage is the next big thing. It has been a big thing for a while, and it's going to continue to be part of our professional lives for a long time. And Adobe caught on with the Creative Cloud, meaning that you can store project files in a cloud storage system on one laptop, go to another laptop or a computer or an iPad tablet if that's how you decide to roll, and open that same project file and continue working there. And now there's some technicalities too, like one of the drawbacks that I didn't include here, but I will include orally speaking here, is that you do have to have any video files that are in your project file, right? They have to be included on the hardware that you're using as well. So if it's not there, then you might not be able to edit in Premiere Pro. It is also an expensive software compared to other video editing software like CapCut or DaVinci or Final Cut Pro. And it's not the easiest user interface to navigate, but that's why they made it customizable, so you're able to move around things how you like. And also, when you're using a lot of different video files, like my journalism capstone video file, the timeline down here, it tends to crash. And it tends to crash a bit too much for my own liking. There also isn't a free version for this, but a free trial is available on Adobe's website. There's some usefulness for this in the corporate world as well. It helps create high-value corporate training videos, right? Adobe Premiere Pro is able to create, with all of its effects and all the different things you can do to every video file, you can create high-value corporate training videos, improve your brand image on social media, and it's able to produce attention-getting product advertisements. It's also a step above from a typical PowerPoint if you want to use Adobe Premiere Pro for a more interactive presentation instead of a PowerPoint presentation. And learning how to use Premiere Pro will also help to diversify your portfolio. Note at the bottom here, though, that Premiere Pro, it heightens efficiency when using this as a video editing software. It heightens efficiency with the different shortcuts you can use, but really only if you're experienced in video editing or trained specifically in Premiere Pro or other Adobe products. It is not great for a first-time video editing extraordinaire. So if you're learning how to video edit for the first time, consider learning about how to use Premiere Pro first before just jumping in head first. So if you want to use Premiere Pro for yourself, go ahead and use whatever search browser you use or whatever search engine, I should say, whatever web browser you use, and look up Adobe Premiere Pro or the Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're on campus, like I said, Wisconsin Whitewater students have access to the Creative Cloud and Premiere Pro, that's part of the Creative Cloud, on campus computers by using your Net ID and password. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sam, and this is my presentation on the communication technology Adobe Premiere Pro.